melepaskan kontroversi berkenaan dengan the I always forget the name, the what of Rome, the Statut Rom. Ya, sekarang ini ada pihak-pihak yang berkata bahawa kalau kita terima Statut Rom, maka kita akan kes-kes yang berlaku di Malaysia yang bertentangan umpamanya dengan so-called rights of man and all that can lead to our being charged for not observing human rights dan banyak lagi lah. But actually what they are saying is that if we sign this Statut of Rome, we will lose our independence to form kita punya own policies, dasar-dasar kita, dan kita punya undang-undang di negara. Ini tidak benar. Yang benar ialah kalau kita keterlaluan membuat sesuatu yang dianggap amat buruk sekali, barulah Statute of Rome will be applied to us if we sign. But even if we don't sign, if you do things that are excessive, the whole world will still turn against us. Saya dapati umpamanya Myanmar tidak sign the Statute of Rome, tetapi kerana perbuatan dia yang begitu keterlaluan, excessive, maka dunia ambil pandangan yang berat terhadap Myanmar dan United Nations juga memberi pandangan yang serius kepada Myanmar tanpa apa-apa pengakuan berkenaan dengan Statute of Rome. Jadi Statute of Rome ini hanya terkena kepada kita kalau kita excessive. Excessive bermakna katalah discrimination in favor of the Malays carried out by seizing all the properties of the Chinese and killing the Chinese. That would be excessive. But what we are doing now is not excessive because it is meant to ensure that everyone has a share in the wealth of this country, to distribute wealth in order that everybody benefits from the distribution or from the opportunities in this country. That is the purpose. It is not about seizing properties of the Chinese or Indians or whatever and then bunuh semua orang. Itu excessive. That will invite the world, the UN, to condemn us. But even if we don't sign, they would still condemn us. But the rumor passed around is that if we sign the Treaty of Rome, the Statute of Rome ini, kalau kita tidak tarik balik ratification kita, maka negara kita ini tidak boleh ada sebarang undang-undang yang dianggap sebagai discriminating. Umpamanya, kalau di Eropah, mereka percaya bahawa LGBT is okay. But with us, it's not okay. But if we drag all these people and shoot them or put them in jail or then of course it's excessive. But if we say you will be charged in a court of law and the court will decide, that is not excessive. And besides that, the Statute of Rome says that if we are unwilling or unable, masa itu kita tahu berlaku satu perkara yang dahsyat dan kita tidak ambil tindakan kerana kita unwilling ataupun kita unable. Pada masa itu, maka kalau kita kita accede to the Statute of Rome, they will take action against us because we are not doing something. But what is it that we are not doing? We are doing, for all cases of crime in Malaysia, everybody is equal before the law. And we are going to rule this country according to the law. And the law is the law in this country, not the law in other countries. In other countries, they may decide that it's okay to smoke marijuana, but not here. You do that here, you'll be arrested, tried according to the law. And the UN will not have any right to take any action against us. But on the other hand, even if you don't sign the Statute of Rome, if you do something excessive, like you prevent people from being gay and all that by collecting all of them and lining them before the wall and then shooting them, that would be excessive. But if they are only taken in because they break the laws of this country, not the laws of the UN, but the laws of this country, then the UN Statute of Rome does not come into play, and action will be taken against us. So it is whether we are willing and able to implement the laws regarding excessiveness, then I think the Statute of Rome would apply. But kalau kita excessive, sama ada kita sign, tak sign pun, the whole world will condemn us. That is the situation. I am very surprised at some people who try to make use of this signing of the Statute of Rome as evidence that this government has surrendered everything to the Statute of Rome. I know that there is an attempt to try and undermine this government by saying that we have now surrendered all power to foreigners. We haven't. There is no way that they can take action against us if, for example, the previous government, Bosco, curi duit, and we take action according to the law. There is no way they can interfere. But during that time, when this country was being sold to outsiders, these people who talk about Statute of Rome did not say anything. Did not say anything. And yet the country was being sold to foreigners. Even when we produced a petition to the Raja Raja, signed by 1 million people, there was no result. But now on this issue, mereka nak cuba gunakan untuk memburukkan kerajaan. Terutama saya guna pengkhianat kepada bangsa saya. Tak apalah dia panggil pengkhianat, bolehlah, tapi mereka lebih pengkhianat daripada saya. Pasal masa Najib curi duit, Najib jual tanah, macam-macam dia buat, mereka tak satu satu patah pun tegur. They were hiding, I don't know where, but they were worried that action might be taken against them. But now that we want to have a rule of law, and we won't take action against them, or they bring up this matter. This is a political issue, not a question about the law. It is about political issue, trying to blacken the name of this government, including myself. And I know why, because I've been very strict about this money laundering and things like that. And if we find whoever breaches the law, We don't care who they are. We will take action. Whether they are prince or pauper, we will take action. That is our stand. But they have been able to create confusion in the minds of the people that this law negates the rights of the Malays and the rights of the rulers and all that. It is absolute nonsense. They can't possibly come and depose our king because somebody under him, some soldier might have shot somebody. That cannot be done because the king is not an executive. The king is not an executive king or monarch, but acts on the advice of the Prime Minister. Of course, they can come to take action against me, but for what? For what? Am I going to kill people? Am I going to take away the privileges of the Malays? I was the one who helped them, the Malays more than anyone else until I was known as Panama Ultra Malay. But now they're trying to damage that image because they can make no progress politically. Also, some believe that if you don't sign the Statute of Rome, then kita boleh curi, kita boleh buat macam-macam, tak boleh ada tindakan. But this government will take action against those people. Whether we accede to the Statute of Rome or not, if you break the law, we don't care who you are, we will take action against you. If you sell land in this country to others because you are looking for money, then we will take action against you. But having said all that against the Statute of Rome, we understand that this is a political move to get the rulers to back them up. Of course, some members of the royal family also may be involved, but the whole idea is to get the royalty in Malaysia to go against this government. That is the motive. But because of this confusion, and the confusion also among the rulers, we have made a decision that we will not recognize the Statute of Rome. We have ratified it, but we still have time to withdraw. And we will withdraw, not because the Statute of Rome is harmful to us, but because of the confusion, political confusion raised by some people, including some people who have some political ambition. We know this. Jadi kita punya keputusan cabinet this morning is that we will withdraw our ratification of the Statute of Rome karena confusion, bukan karena we believe it is going to be bad for us, but because of the confusion created by one particular person who wants to be free to beat up people and things like that. If he beats up people again, I will send the police to arrest him. I don't care who he is. That is a move that has been taken in order to blacken the good name of this government. So while we will withdraw our ratification of the Statute of Rome, it is not because we think it is harmful to our country, but it's because of the politics of this country, where sometimes people are easily misled by emotional resort to emotional feelings that what we are doing is against our own interests. So that is the true reason I have to explain to you. And I would like to say this of these cowards who during the last regime saw Najib stealing money, doing all kinds of things, and they said nothing. There were a lot of cowards who want to benefit from Najib's misrule so that they also can benefit. I'm saying this directly at them. Who they are, you can guess, but that is the reason why they were silent then, but sekarang ini wah bukan main lagi jago nak pertahankan hak orang Melayu kononnya. Okay? Any other question you may have? Yes?
But you sounded very, very angry and very upset that this decision has to be made. Why are you very upset?
Because I see this as a way to blacken my face, because they know that they cannot oust me very easily. So they have to paint a black picture of me. This is like old times. You know, when I was called Mahazalim, Maha this, Maha that. Mahathir? Yes. But now they accept me as their leader. You know, because it's in politics that happens. But I find that this particular attempt to get the rulers involved so that they can get leverage, and even trying to get the rulers to sign something or other against me. For that, I think I will have to tell them in their faces, through you, of course, that they are not going to do it. It's not because we are afraid of them, but it is because they make use of this politics on people who are ignorant.
Sir, the way you describe this person that is against this signing of Roman statute, is a certain prince from the southern state. Would you like to?
You can make your guess. You're welcome.
Can I ask why the cabinet did not seek the approval from Parliament first, consult the Parliament first before you sign ratify the Statut Rom? Wouldn't it be good to then you can avoid all these kind of things?
No, the thing is that we see no harm in this. It is a normal thing, and we are not going to be excessive in the exercise of power of the government. We are not going to beat people, we are not going to jail people for no reason like the previous government. We are not going to massacre people. So it was harmless to us. And in future also they will be prevented from doing this thing because we have signed this statute. But on the other hand, believe me, if you do something wrong, the whole world will jump on your back.
Boleh dikatakan agak terlalu cepat dan mudah kabinet kerajaan menukar keputusan ni. Kenapa tu? Dalam masa saya rasa dalam 3 minggu tekanan ni tak berapa sangat tu.
Kita dapat maklumat tentang usaha ini. Usaha untuk melibatkan raja-raja supaya menentang kerajaan. Khususnya menentang Perdana Menteri. Sebab itu kita perlu jelaskan usaha ini, kerana saya dapati ramai yang tak faham isu ini. Mereka tak faham apa dianya Statut of Rome. If we cannot go to war, are we going to go to war? Are we going to commit genocide? Are we taking away human rights? I don't see anything being done. You know? The previous government, yes, arrested people under a fictitious law, and then find there is no case. Then, because they lost, we were able to brush aside their decision.
Hi. Yeah. So we saw something similar happening back then when the government was about to ratify the ICERT. So how can we ensure that certain parties don't try to create misunderstanding about international laws, so that if the government decides to ratify another international convention or law, this doesn't happen again?
But we study what the law is all about. What does it subject us to? And if we find that this agreement will not do us any harm, we don't have to go around telling everybody. The government has the authority to approve and to sign treaties. That is our right. And I don't think we have to debate everything in public, because you debate in public, there will be differences of opinion, and we cannot make a decision. Yes, that is the cabinet's decision.
Withdraw from the Rome Statute. Does this mean that the international courts of law cannot hold us accountable when we do something, let's say, like ethnic cleansing and things?
Ethnic cleansing. You think we are going to do ethnic cleansing?
I'm asking if the international courts of law can they hold us accountable now that we withdraw from the Rome Statute?
You see what's happening to the Rohingya. Blatant massacre of people in Rohingya, pushing them out to sea, killing them through drowning, hundreds of thousands of them. Well, the world has condemned, but the world has not done anything. The Rohingyas are still afraid to go back. So if it happens in our country, I don't think the world will do very much. I don't think they will send an army to subjugate us, to place us like a colony before. It won't happen. But the fact is that if there is no such threat, rulers or members of the government of this country might abuse the law, might be excessive, like the previous government. But as you know, the previous government, when it was excessive, beyond reporting all over the world, what did they do? Nothing. We have to overthrow that government through election. I have made a petition to the rulers. 1 million people signed that petition, but nothing happened. And the foreigners do not say anything about that. In fact, they were quite happy to receive Najib and play golf with him.
Tun, adakah ni kesan daripada keputusan kabinet sekarang apa pada kerajaan dan juga negara? Dan kedua, pada masa depan adakah kerajaan kemungkinan untuk meneliti semula keputusan ini setelah mungkin kerajaan memberi penjelasan dan rakyat mula faham dan juga institusi raja pun faham, adakah keputusan ini akan dikaji semula?
Ya, saya fikir boleh kerana kita tidak akan teruskan dengan statut ini, maka isu ini tidak boleh dipermainkan dalam politik, dan raja-raja yang percaya kepada penjelasan oleh pihak lain ini akan berasa senang kerana dianya tidak akan dilaksanakan. Sebaliknya, saya ingin jelas berkali-kali bahawa statut ini tidak akan menidakkan hak kita untuk menentukan dasar kita, amalan kita, undang-undang kita, the rule of law in this country. They cannot stop us from having our own ideas. Yes, in the West, of course, they think the LGBT is great, but in this country it's not great. But if you are like that, don't come and flounce all over the country and say, I am a member of LGBT. You see, but you do that, you offend people, then we have to take action against them.
Tun, can ask other issue, the cabinet. Whether this today cabinet has discussed about the liners operation and also liners operation, whether you continue to allow the liners to operate, and also how is the decision about the waste. The second question is the Suhakam finding on the police special branch kidnapping the Pastor Ko and Amri Che Ahmad.
Well, Suhakam first. We will start we will open a new investigation. But to do that, we will wait because the accusation is directed at the present IGP. We'll wait until we have a change in the IGP, and we'll set up a group to study whether there is substance in the hearsay evidence used by Suhakam. With regard to liners, yes, we have imposed extra condition. That is, they must take away the waste. But they want to take away the waste to where? They want to take it to Australia. Australia doesn't want to accept it. So they can't do it anyway. So what we have done is we have opened up the business to other people, and there are other companies willing to buy up or somehow rather acquire liners, they have given us a promise that in future, before sending the raw material to Malaysia, they will clean it up first. They will crack it and decontaminate it in some way with regard to radioactivity. So that when the raw material comes here, the volume is less, and the waste from that raw material is not dangerous to anybody. So they can, this company or even liners, they can continue if they promise that the raw material from Australia would be brought here only after what they call cracking and cleaning up.
Tun, mengenai Statut of Rom, sini Tun. Tun,
Oh, yeah.
adakah jangka masa ditentukan untuk dapat balik pengiktirafan Statut of Rome?
Dapat balik.
Ada jangka masa ditetapkan untuk
Kemudian kita boleh aksi. But the time for us to withdraw from this daripada ratification ni ialah bulan Jun tahun ini. Dan kita akan buat ambil tindakan ini sebelum Jun.
Membincangkan isu UEC. Adakah kabinet turut membincangkan?
Hari ini tak bincang pasal UEC.
Hello, Tun. Over here on your right. On your right. Hello. Hi. Yeah, so I just want to ask you, you're having a retreat, Malaysia-Singapore retreat next week. Could you share with us what's on the agenda? What will you discuss with PM Lee? Second is that last September, Singapore court ruled to return $15 million back from 1MDB money back to Malaysia. Is Malaysia, that's only a small portion of what was confiscated. Is Malaysia looking to get more money back from Singapore?
One at a time. What is your first question?
What would you discuss with PM Lee during the retreat next week with Singapore?
Oh, all the things that are still unresolved, including the water problem, the Central Provident Fund, the borderline with our waters, what is Singapore waters, what is Malaysia waters, the flight over our area, who is going to control it. All these things will be discussed in a friendly manner. We are not going to confront them, but I believe that even Singapore understand the need to revise the price of water.
And the second one is on last year, September, Singapore court ruled giving back 15 million of 1MDB's money back to Malaysia. But that's just a small amount what was confiscated. Is Malaysia looking to get more of the money back?
Well, we will have to depend upon Singapore information. The money was given back after Singapore investigated. It is they who claim that the money comes from 1MDB. Our job is to receive the money, of course, but to be sure that it is money coming from 1MDB. We cannot accept